hit launchers. That's where she gets chunks in, and it's some of the highest damage in the game. And you'll see that. Well, I was about to say one of the it's a one frame input, it's a just frame just to get that, and ducks and challenges the rage drive. So that input is difficult, but what you can do is bind a button to all fours. Spaghetti Rip taught me this trick, and you just mash it, and it works, and it gives you the just frame, and it's it's unique. Yeah, shots fired. But it does, it works really well, and it gets Chloe a lot of damage, and it shows you that Smid did learn a lot from that first match. He got hit by a lot of counter hits, and Tekken Enthusiast was put on the back hit for this one, and getting the guaranteed back turn Oki, and that's massive damage, and Tekken Enthusiast showing his setups with Jin, but both players on about even health, but this is in Smid's favour, and I was going to say you have to watch out for that rage drive, and he just gets it in a big bounce. So Smid taking a game, coming right back. So we're going right back in. Thank God this isn't a Tekken World Tour, because we would have to DQ both players because they are not abiding by that switch stage rule. But we don't have that in Scotland. We don't know how to switch stage. We don't know how to even switch the weather. No, we don't have it. And what's happening here is both players are going right back in, and it seems like Smid might have a download. That first game was maybe not a charity game, but a game just to feel out, something that Smid felt like he could afford, just to find out what the best approach is. But Tekken Enthusiast changing up his approach and really enforcing a lot of really strong OK options. But Smid caught it out there, and parties on him, just does that breakdance, hits him straight out of the rage drive, and that's twice Smid's really challenged the rage drive when it came in. But CPT needs more coffee, and Fumaken cheering on Enthusiast with the round in the background. Both it is tense matches, and they're cheering on their boy. And gets caught by the big sweep, but the tech rolls, doesn't get hit by the OK, so Smid showing some presence of mind for some of Jin's options on OK, but not all of them. And that could have been a big whiff punish, but he does get the 1+2 grab, and that is another round in Smid's favour. Both players are fighting for, this is the last game in the set as well. Great down panic that just drops. Unfortunately, you can't see the same for Smid as he's caught with the hell sweep. And goes for the OK, doesn't get the punish there, and doesn't duck that. What you need to do on Jin's 12th frame is duck the second hit and launch punish it. But this Tekken Enthusiast really struggling just now with his confirms, and maybe he's a little bit on tilt after that, because he was doing so well in confirming them before, especially when he's in the lead. So he could pump the gas just now and really become more aggressive, because after that match he just forced Smid to deal with all the mix-ups he was early on, and a lot more electric wind hook fist at range 2 and 1. Leading them to the wall, and this is where Lucky Chloe really struggles at the wall as well, because she doesn't have a lot of great get off the tools in my opinion. Obviously she has a rage art, and this is going to be big, but the wall ruins it, and Smid goes for full party, and he gets it, but he's gone for the just frames again, and he punishes it. That is punishable on hit, and Tekken Enthusiast finally challenges it and knocks Smid into losers, so he's going to have to play his games off stream, and that's Tekken Enthusiast 1, yeah. So up next on stream, I believe we have one more pool. I can see Gas Mask Joe floating about in the background, also known as our resident big body lover, also known as our resident meme master, and King of Dead Games. Gas Mask Joe, also known as Jesus. Who doesn't have a gas mask, is his skull mask. He did, yeah, he's wearing his skull mask, so but we're just now seeing DJ Vu and Needs More Coffee stepping up on stage. It's changed from Joe Gas Mask to Joe Skull Mask being updated. So just getting some information from the background on what's happening with all the chairs that are not being used, because we care about that. Do we know who won? They were fighting for sides. Do we know who won the side fight? So Needs More Coffee. We've seen him recently with his Lars, as all the losers are getting done off stream, off recording. Sorry, as this is all locally recorded. But logging in is Gibble. Unfortunately, we have to apologise to the viewers for seeing that face there. It's not a face you have to. It's not something you should be surprised for. No, it's like a random hop kick. It hits you and it does damage, a lot of damage.
Needs More Coffee in the last match, you made with Lars.
Yeah, Lars and Paul. Yeah, he is known for his bear play, but Jason, DJ Vu did used to play bears as well. DJ Vu is known for his bears in Tekken Tag 2. He did have some bears. They weren't his strongest characters. The strongest characters were Paul and Law. But that also puts it in Needs More Coffee's head that he knows how to play Paul as well. So it's a really difficult choice. Even though DJ Vu normally sticks to his Jack, he is a multi-character specialist and always kind of performs that. Both players, is this a Claudio for Needs More Coffee, or are they just hovering over it? Is it a base? No. A Miguel. And again, DJ Vu has a Miguel, yeah. It seems like Needs More Coffee might be the DJ Vu of Lincoln, just a couple of foot shorter, like a Hobbit DJ Vu. Yeah, as you can see, it is little and large on the stage here, or you can't see because I've got to change the commentary cam. But both of these players are very well versed in Tekken themselves. They've both been in the scene for years. CKT Needs More Coffee has been about since, I think, before the tag days. He was starting out in Tekken 6, and DJ Vu has been around since the start of Wednesday's R3D, but was around playing Tekken 6 beforehand online. So they're both very well versed, and I don't know how often they play each other because they do play online so much. I know Needs More Coffee plays on Xbox One, PC and PS4. He's played on a lot of different consoles, so it may be hard for both players to really recognise where they're from. But a drop there on the PAM from DJ Vu, you're meant to get a guaranteed forward 4 after that, but Jason looking a little bit sluggish on his movement there, but that is Jack as a whole, yeah. Look at that damage just from one splat, and Rage Drive just to push plus range, and will we see an EXD bugger? Oh, they charge in.
Round 2. Fight.
Back one, and just establish it with the dusty elbow. Big forward 2, and oh, and the 1+2, the throw not grab, broken. Of course it grabbed. Jason's a big whiff of the forward 2 again. It's something you really have to watch out as well against Needs More Coffee, because he will go into Savage Stance and wants you for it, and it's very good tool, but he's just using down forward 1 in the full string that time. So the first time he went on the first 2 hits to see if DJ Vu would duck, and then the second time finish the string, which is it's an unfortunate whiff, but a big hop kick's going to give CKT Needs More Coffee this round, so there's no way he's not getting it. And this is one of the unique interactions as well between Jack 7 and Miguel. When he comes in, it's the screen will crack and it all hesitates. And you've got that snow, and I quite like that. It's a little bit of a extra detail that they didn't need to give, but they did, and that's what kind of makes Tekken 7 so special. No punish on the big boot, that is negative 14 I believe, but a perfect up there on that string, and Jason and DJ Vu is going to get a moderate amount of damage. Yeah, he wanted to keep him close for the OK, definitely, and just establish some kind of ground game, because there is no wall to carry you towards where Jack really exceeds. So I expect after this we might even see a stage change if Needs More Coffee wins and ducks and punishes the back one in a well standing 4 challenge. Nice tech on the grab. That is the 1+2. Oh, can opener. He's going to get him just now. It jabs him out of the spring kicks, and that's the EX debugger to close it out. A big low, and that's something you have to be aware of. Jason is debugger happy when he's got Rage Drive. It's something he done a lot. It's a fantastic move, but you can challenge in between as well, so I would not be trying to low parry it. It's too big a risk. You might option select low parry it by backdashing out. Just having a quick picture on the commentary. And DJ once again shown in, yeah, and what he's doing is he's really training Needs More Coffee, going in and going for down back ones, full crouch ones, and he's done up ducking and giving Needs More Coffee long enough to consider that the low's coming, and then doing the big well rising launcher. And that's, you know, it's a completely different approach, and he's woke up as well in his movement. There's no collision here, that's all we're saying, no collision. And both players feeling each other out as well, and this is something I'd like to see when we're going into the next round. Maybe Needs More Coffee changing character to keep DJ Vu on his toes if he feels like Miguel was worked out if he loses, but DJ Vu maybe a change to Paul, but we'll see in a few seconds when this round does end. Oh no kill, right, enforcing the plus range with the big charge, and again ducks it, and that's what we've seen earlier, like, and that's that's going to just clutch out DJ Vu, and Nathan Coffee shaking his head there, and there's a reason for that, because that's, he allowed that situation to happen several times. He went down forward one and straight into the high, and every time DJ Vu twitch ducked it and launched, and that's something you have to pay a lot of attention to when that happens. What happened and how did I get hit? So why did he try it again? Did he think there wouldn't be established dominance, or how did he believe it would go? And unfortunately, it was a great reaction from DJ Vu, but it was an unfortunate situation for Needsmore Coffee. He's a very strong and very patient player at times, and it just didn't work out for him. It was a safe string to be thrown out as well. But just now we have got a switch to another character, Steve, and I'm not really familiar with Needsmore Coffee's Steve at all.
Coffee played Steve earlier. Jack was also playing Steve at the time, so I don't know if they were just going over the character.
Testing the matchup, yeah, but
and sharing tech.
before we used to have in Tekken Tag Touries, we did have a Steve in Glasgow as well, so DJ Vu knows this matchup, and Smid himself also plays Steve on occasion, so it's something he will be aware of. I don't know how well it will go down for both players, because Coffee, yeah, Steve can get a lot of setups and damage from ground breaks as well. It really depends on how you want to approach. But I believe Johnny Nathan, did he play Steve? Is that his character? No. Dragunov. Okay, because there is also a Newcastle player, I believe. Oh, goes for the full splat, the big chest check. Break up Will Rising 4 and floats him out, but doesn't get the jab to continue that there. It would have been a reduced damage box, not a perfect float. But both characters Needsmore Coffee thrown in and getting the okay, and that's a big risk. That's not going to do anything. And Dempsey rolls into the full hit. And that's one of the things as well, like, Steve has the worst rage drive in the game, so if you're sacrificing some of the utility, you see that Needsmore Coffee did benefit from the rage drive when he was using Miguel before, but not as much here, and a duck again on his thing, and DJ Vu's shown that he's not afraid to duck and get these big Will Rising punishes. I don't know what kind of setup he can get, but he gets head towards, feet away, or however you'd like to describe it, and goes for an ulti setup with the big splash, and it works off in his favour, it pays off for him. It's a shame as well, it's such a powerful rage drive that you can't deal with it, so Needsmore Coffee doesn't duck it, and then he pays for it, because it's plus range he gets launched, but again, DJ Vu ducking, just twitch ducking everything. I'd like to see Needsmore Coffee use a lot more mids or strings with mids to challenge that, but going for lows and highs is just resulting in DJ Vu ducking and throwing out one or two AMA launchers, but Needsmore Coffee definitely back in, this spikes him down, and that's it, no more floors are left, and gets the Sonic Fang straight into the wall, but unfortunate whiff. DJ Vu does not challenge it. Sonic Fang not punished again. He goes for the grab version of it, and that's going to be a lot of damage. And we go to EX debugger that run in. Sonic Fang punished that time.
Round 4. Fight.
But DJ Vu opening with the big swing, you need to duck that second hit and want to punish it. Because he didn't use more coffee, he gets hit back into first range and gets forced to the wall. DJ Vu going for the can opener to try to get a splat. Needsmore Coffee staying on the ground, and both players just pushing each other to the wall and hitting buttons all the time. Needsmore Coffee getting tripped out of that, gets a face down mix up and jab, but this isn't it. Yeah, confirmed. DJ Vu trying to get the elbow, sneaky elbow, but gets with the down through crouch 4. And both players just shaking hands, agreed, a cheeky wee smell for Needsmore Coffee, and DJ Vu continues in winner well. Needsmore Coffee goes into loser's bracket, and it looks like we have another Scottish player stepping up to the team just now, Skull Panda, and I believe, if we are correct, he will be up against CPT Tekken Enthusiast now. We can just get an update on the bracket. So it looks like Skull Panda, so Wednesday's up to Skull Panda, and Enthusiast was informed, and CPT Tekken Enthusiast. So a lot of Scotland v England matches going on here. Oh, they want to fight for sides or no? Yeah. So yes, he's on the player 2 side. So we have Tekken Enthusiast on the right and Skull Panda on the right. Player 1. Obviously earlier we seen from Skull Panda the lesser. instead of his Leo. Versus yourself, who must not like the Leo matchup, and must think you're free to bust out a secondary character.
Well, we did play earlier, and I think
Yeah.
he was pretty intimidated by my Leo.
Was he?
Yes.
No,
Knew I knew the
he
matchup.
knew you knew the
He's
matchup.
Definitely the better Leo player.
You're definitely, is this
Yeah.
going on record to say you're the
He said
better?
the best.
Welcome to the
The
King
best
of
Leo
Iron
player in the
Fist
song.
Tournament
Not even
Center.
Bilal, you? Not even Bilal. No. Ghetto Sticks Bilal. Third best. Third best. And second best. Established air as KOF man's air or whatever tag we're going under these days. We'll call you, if you win, if you do well, we claim you for Wednesday's R3D. If you do bad, we leave you to other teams. You can be RG, UA, like BioLizard. You can be KOF, anything you want. KOF. Confirmed dead, and in the background we have a wee wave from Jamie. Jamie, the man with a skeleton mask on. You cannot see this, but Gas Mask Joe is Skeleton Mask Joe, Skeletor Joe, however he wants to be addressed, and it's quite intimidating. He's a creepy dude. No holds barred. I have no rules. I was going to say I'm not even wearing a shirt, but I'm wearing a shirt, so.
And Pandas went with Leo now.
Skull Pandas went with Leo. Now that he's placed higher than you. He's now number 1. He placed higher than you than Leo. That's it. You've lost it. Conceded it. And he
Round one.
needs to win at least one game.
Fight.
But went punish straight from the get-go. And early on, Puma Ken was believing that Skull Panda was the strongest player in Scotland. And he was recently shown as such when he was playing against Tishimon on the street and sweep bang straight to the wall. And this is why he's going in. Look at this. And he gets the V-splat combo as well, but doesn't get the finishing upward kicks to challenge it. But how do you feel about this matchup, Aaron? You obviously play Leo.
Round two. Fight.
Yeah. Do you think she benefits from staying in close to a Gen player, or do you think it's better in the range? Oh, just whiffs again. No character has a huge advantage in the neutral kind of up close or.
Round three. Fight.
So that's it. We've seen there as well. It seems to be he's really on point for the left when hook kicks as well. So you can't afford to whiff. And if he's going to throw them out against the slower moves, as you said, it's something you have to be aware of. But no, we didn't see the Gura there. Gura in the Tekken World Tour in Barcelona, when he got someone on the ground, he orbital healed time and time again until he teched it. And it's one of those establishing moves for Leo that can do really well. But even without it, Skull Panda takes the first game, and it still is best 2 out of 3, and I believe it'll be 2 out of 3 until Grand Finals. But it's great to see CPT Tekken enthusiast there, and repping his team where he can.
Get ready for the next battle.
As Needs More Coffee is now in losers, so we'll see how that's going offline. And we can see some matches were being played, but now we're whittling down to the final few, the best few in Scotland, the best few here at Big this weekend. It's Skull Panda and Tekken Enthusiast with Needs More Coffee. He's still in losers. DJ Vu, I believe HJP still in losers. Yeah.
Fight.
You're still continue. And oh, a big health sweep. And that's going to be not a lot of wall carry, but just close enough that he can one whip punish might end it. And Skull Panda wakes up for backdash there, just giving him a bit of room and challenges back one, floats him out there. No sidestep from back 1-4. And ducks and wakes up into it, but rushing in with the big sweep bang, big like 3-1+2. And CPT and Tekken Enthusiast pushing to the wall, sweep bang again. This is very much 50 Shades of Ru Kang. 3 sweep bangs in a row just closes them out.
Round two. Fight.
1+4 is yeah. I really struggle with it, and if you're not used to fighting a good Leo, you will always keep that small roll. But if you do it at too far a range, the roll will whiff and it will only be the punch. But it is safe as well, so it's something to keep in mind. And brilliant punish on the Hell Sweep. It's scoping out Tekken Enthusiasts for using it, but not a full combo there. No duck either from Tekken Enthusiasts. You have to duck the same strength. Skull Panda is taking advantage of that as well, and it gives him plus frames to play with. As you said, Leo's best tools, and no challenge there on the dash, and that is the Great Friday has different versions coming out of it, and but CPC technically is used to push the plus range and close the gap between them, but Scope Panda still managed to get out of it, and using the power crusher right at the beginning, expecting the button, all kick with punish, and this is going to be straight to the wall. Leo's turn carry is fantastic, but what's not fantastic is Scope Panda's combo. He has dropped it, and that is really unfortunate, but dabbing on him. Will Rising 1 plus 2. Not a challenge between the two strings, but does get the punish at the end. And there we go. Pushing the range with up forward 3, but takes it convincing 2-0 there over CQT and Crazy, who will now play in losers, but we have got players lining up to get on stream just now. And then I just realised that Scope Panda plays on an Xbox One pad. Is he alright? Is he okay? Should we check? Is it? Maybe we should have words with him. That might actually explain one or two of the drops. If he's actually a preferred Xbox One player, playing on the Xbox One there is less lag than a PS4. Yeah, it's actually comparable to PC. And now that Xbox One X is the most powerful home console available, you may see a more noticeable difference once again if there is a patch. And Fumaken is now up on stage shrugging. No, we don't know why you're here either. We thought you were free, but now you're sitting down. So Fumaken just eking out of groups then, in losers. He will now be in contention for top 8. And he's against Gibby Greatness, the Hwarang main himself, in lieu of the long departed Bilal, wherever he is. We have now got Scotland's new greatest Hwarang player, Gibby Greatness, true hero and champion for all Hwarangs everywhere. Earlier on, he also repped Marvel, and he played in Marvel, and I had to put him out. I had to put them down. One of our strongest Street Fighter players yet, and he's showed up in the E-League, I believe, and he's also in Gfinity. He is sponsored in Gfinity by a team. I can't remember which team. He's not confirming the team, he cannot hear us, so he is just Gibby Greatness just now. It's not Tekken, no. But he is a very strong player, and he's one of the strongest players in Scotland for Street Fighter 5. So we can see what tools he brings across here. I know because of his lack of matchup knowledge, he does prefer to play a more pit bully Hwarang, but Fumaken has practiced a lot online with Bilal and a lot of other dominant Hwarang players, so we'll see how that works
Jack
out.
definitely has no excuse here. He should know the matchup. If he loses, it's definitely all on him.
If he loses it,
Welcome to the King of
and then
Iron
after
Fist
this,
Tournament 7.
we will be departing this. We're leaving. That's it. Just getting a confirmation text from Just Eat. Not for me, but obviously someone somewhere has ordered the infamous, almost invisible Steph of my life. Has disappeared and ordered herself something. So we've gotten switch sides. That's the mix-up. I think you should rock, paper, scissors for it. No. So we're seeing Jack, who he's talking about playing Fumaken, Alyssa, but he also has a lucky Chloe, and he also played Jack. He's had a bit of a character crisis as of late, trying to work out who he wants to play and why he wants to play them.
Elisa Boskanovic.
And who have we seen? Sorry, my phone keeps on going. Obviously, whoever's tried to order food cannot get to the house.
Get ready for the next battle.
I'll vouch for that.
As it was hidden. You've been in the new flat, haven't you? Hidden behind trees.
It is. That's the place. Do I need to jump this edge?
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It depends if you want to jump the wall. You low crush the wall, get over and come in. That's what you opt for, the hop kick. But we're going to see Fumaken with Elisa and maybe Greatness with his Hwarang. And for whatever reason, we have lost our overlay in 2 seconds, but Gibby Greatness is most assuredly the Hwarang player, and Fumaken is our resident Elisa. So how do you feel about Elisa versus Hwarang?
KO.
Plays to her advantage. She's got great ways of closing the gap and kind of imposing really good damage on it. But that was, yep, that's Gibby greatness. One thing that he is great at is whiff punishing. As a Street Fighter 5 player, he has to be really good at whiff punishing. If you've only got 3 frames, give him an extra 10 frames and he'll show you what he can do. And what a great sidewalk, doesn't get the full launch. And Alyssa just running off into the distance there. And Gibby greatness looking really impressive in this round. And not scared to duck straight in Alyssa's face, even with her hop kick. But Fimaken is not out, just caught. And Gibby greatness is doing the right thing. He just tries to challenge it. And that's unfortunate. Gibby greatness though showing signs of life. For someone that actually doesn't actively play Tekken, isn't a Tekken player, he's doing really well. Doesn't get the full punish though on the sweep. But this is just one of the learning steps for him. And it is a learning curve, and he goes for the whiplash, the best power crush in the game. Right, hands down. And he's going for a Spartan kick, and oh, how often do you see the I don't even know the name of the move. It just popping over the walls. And there, look at what a fantastic sidestep into challenging it. He caught him in the air and almost got Jack or Fimaken there with the float. And obviously this is something that Fimaken will have to think about quite a lot. Because he has a lot of high expectations for himself here in Losers. And his Losers, they should know. He doesn't know how to duck that. Yeah. And that's unfortunate. It shows you Gibby greatness, although he's doing well and he's almost taking these games. He's not actually a Tekken player. He is a Street Fighter player and he's a little bit unfamiliar, but it's great to see him, especially this far on in the bracket. He definitely outplays players like Pop Monster and who else did he outplay so far? Desiree, TK, or whatever he calls himself. Goki Throat. These are Tekken players that we know, and they're from Scotland. It's great to see Gibby greatness just repping and doing what he wants to do and getting into the top 8, I believe. So, and but going for a get up kick, make it 12, and Will Rising full punish for that. No taking the grab there from Fimaken. Gibby greatness doesn't know that that's a full string. He tries to challenge a little bit too early. I'd love to see a back 3 there just a little bit earlier if he wanted to risk that and get a full launch. But he is just waiting to see some things a little bit too long. Oh, almost a full roll there, the big sweep, but Fimaken is now finding his own pacing, and I think he's starting to realise that maybe Gibby greatness doesn't know this matchup and he can be a little bit more aggressive and take advantage of some more big damage. And dropping a combo there into the sweep because Gibby greatness isn't side rolling, and we've got players, the mix-up man in the background like mouth agape, just like, what is that? I might steal that because he is our now Glasgow Viper player. He plays them all. He plays Ling, Lily, he was playing Elisa, and I don't know, Leo. Is Leo a waifu? Are we confirming it? If you're into that, Leo is a waifu. And that kind of no sidewalk from Gibby greatness when he was sidewalking it before, but maybe that was, I think Fimaken has read that some of the side blocks are reads, yeah. Oh, and reacts with a rage art. Who wins from this? Oh, and Fimaken just takes it. Great reaction there from Gibby greatness though. Unfortunate that I've recorded the scores wrong. It is 2-0 to Fimaken. And now it's AER, Air, going up on screen. And we will have to find some new commentators if you can bear with us a few seconds. Is that your wallet?
Either. So, I don't know how to use XSplit.
Oh, don't worry, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All he does, he says. I think you just do it up there, and then you... What do you
in there, click save, when your face goes consumed. I don't know who's on which side, if I'm honest with you.
No, neither do I. That's the problem.
I don't know who goes
place again. Who's on who's? JP, be our Lord and Saviour.
I'll be your Lord and Savior.
Why am I 5th place again, JP?
That is the man.
Is it Jamie? I don't know Jamie's name for it. Is it? Is that skull mask he's wearing? I'll be the ongoing joke.
Has it been Joe Skull Mask all day? I think that's right.
I better unmute our mics as well.
Oh,
There.
Get ready for the next
There we go.
battle.
We're not really live actually, but we can pretend we're live.
it's close enough, isn't it?
That's good enough. We've got Air, the Leo, against Joe Gasmask, the Gigas. Not the best Gigas in the UK, we all know who that is. Here we go.
Round 1.
Joe against Air.
Fight.
Yeah, S tier. Great break there. What's with the dab? Biggest applying pressure, although Air has.
KO. Round 2.
Apparently, the lower edge,
Fight.
Joe Gasmask, that rather dominates the game rather than the wrong. But we don't know if that favours what, because AK abilities has that good style. Yeah, by feel and by just all these beats, but the reactions. As you can see, that wild running too, from Vegas was an excellent wild running.
KO.
There's another round.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh, I just screw punches. Oh, and he doesn't get the next
KO.
50 and he takes that in.
Air at distance, not giving him a chance to get in, making use of
Both of these players have no points, but they're both putting off the sense of the way they're supposed to do. Air is a person who loves to research
Get ready for the
He's a
next
very
battle.
talented player, and he also watches a ton of like Koreans, like clean tech, and that's what.
very by the numbers.
Yes, but as I already said, he's just I'm here, I'm playing, and this is how you should play, kind of guy.
Playing it by feel.
And that's working. That's working. Oh, we better update the scores.
Round 1. Fight.
I'm sure Air plays at least as well. That's going to be an out right here.
Round 2. Fight.
Big. Oh, he gets this the mix up right. Oh my gosh, and will this be another round?
Round 3.
This is
Fight. KO. Round 4. Fight.
I'm not tired of this. Scores that is 1-1.
Round one. Fight.
Oh, and scores us to
KO. Round two.
Hodgson.
Fight.
That's my soul feeling myself.
KO. Round three. Fight.
Drops a combo.
KO.
What place does that guarantee Joe as his back place now? Yes, I'm positive he's. Yeah, somehow top 5 with myself. How did that happen? I don't know. There we go, disconnecting the pads. My pad will be there as well. Who against? Jordan. Ooh, this is a rivalry game, so wish me luck. I'm positive it's that. Where's the mic?
Alright folks, we've got ourselves another CKT W3D face-off here. CKT Tekken Enthusiast and W3D Foodcat. These two are good friends. This should be a pretty interesting match actually.
Oh, I'll tell you all what I spoke to Gim about last night as well, once this is done. So, needs more coffee? The man himself?
Mr. Isler.
I know, and who have we got? We just seen... Why is he Joe Gasmask? He's quite clearly Joe Skullmask. Did you see the Skullmask? Yeah. Everyone has said this, but no one has changed it. We had the power. We could have registered him as Joe Skullmask.
Retire, I have to say.
He done that at Hypeswatton as well. Do you not remember?
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm. He is our resident meme master.
But was he in a gas mask that time as well?
He was in a gas mask at Hypeswatton. It was a gas mask. He said fighting game players, especially Smash players, all smell. He didn't actually.
I see.
That's just me imposing some beliefs on him.
Defending himself against any form of tactical warfare. I like it.
Oh, did you never hear about Hypespotting Ebola? Hypespotting Ebola was dire. Like, everyone was so ill after one of the Hypespottings. It must have been 4 a few years ago, and it just seemed there was some scummy fighting games player that came in with some virus. Who's this?
Some form of warfare.
Is this CKT Tekken Enthusiast?
Yes, Tekken Enthusiast.
I can't see. He's got a screen in front of his face. So we are going to see Jin and... Where do you think Puma Ken's going to go? It should be Skullmask. So we've just had very important update from off the stream. The Gas Mask Joe should not be Joe Gas Mask. It's Joe Skullmask. We have made a grievous error. We apologise to our overlord Skeletor, and we will embrace him in the future. But more to the point, to the match at hand, we have got losers bracket.
Yes, and these two are very good friends. Outside and inside of Tekken. So,
Jack and Jordan. Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what's going to happen here. The Elisa Jin matchup's not actually one we tend to see. Actually, Jordan's thrown us a bit of a curveball here.
Is this right?
Going with the Eddie. No, other way around, yeah. So, Tech Enthusiast with the Eddie.
So is this a character he's well known for playing? We understand, obviously, you CKT, the most prominent Eddie player in CKT is definitely your man, Spaghetti Rip. But that also means that you've got a very good resource to learn Eddie, so is this? Oh, has he always had it? And look at that damage as well, he definitely knows how to be a pocket Eddie. It's a character a lot of people have slept on as well in Tekken 7 because he's not as good. Back 1-4 is nowhere near as good as it used to be.
Slippery's not staggering anymore, or rather,
Round 2.
handstand slippery.
Yeah. But you've also got players like John Deding who's proved that it's possible to go very far with characters that are similar in capo style but not considered the best.
Absolutely.
But I think the most important thing to take away here is Eddie's finally starting to get a sense of style. Because when he first appeared in Tekken 3, that man was wearing some gaudy green and yellow. And now he's I wouldn't say I agree with his choice of jacket, but it's a start in the right direction. It's a little bit more, very much a New Jersey pimp. You might see him on Jersey Shore, you know. But it's good. And one of the things that we're just about to see, is Fumaken closing it out against CKT Tekken Enthusiast. Oh, definitely. And speaking of fashion sets, we've got Alyssa, and she is pulling out all the stops in her new fancy dress. I love this outfit, especially the Iron Man coloured version. So good. It's genuinely, it's just the kind of colour. I was about to say I'm not a waifu player, but I just realised I played Josie. But in my defence, I played Josie because it was an easy transition from Bruce. If I really wanted to play, I'd play Shaheen.
Unlike most.
But
Fumaken taking that pretty convincingly there, actually.
he's hungry. Fumaken is very hungry. He has a lot of expectations and high expectations for himself, and I think he really wanted to perform well this tournament. And we've seen it. He was a little bit beat up about getting put in the losers, but he's getting there. And he's going to come back and not go on tilt. That's the most important thing. And
Here we guarantee him at least a top 5, is that correct?
top 5, I believe, yeah. So he can taste it. And if he does match top 5, that will match his last big performance. So he became, when it was the Smash big event, he was top 5 in Tekken then as well.
Good stuff.
But we've got the Invader. You brought him here, Tekken Enthusiast, switching to his Jin.
Now all the stops this time round.
And what I'd like to see more, which I noticed in a few earlier games, is Tekken Enthusiast doesn't use an awful lot of electric wind hook fists in range 1.
Very much a punch.
But it does give you a frame advantage, and it's a safe mid launcher, isn't it? So as soon as we set it, he starts doing it at the wall. And I just think it's because he's so good at landing them, and he was great at punishing with them as well in his previous games. I'd like to see him use them more, because it's a very strong tool to have if you can actually carefully do that. And Fumaken going for the I hope you don't play Tekken mix-up with full screen rocket punch that can be easily be ducked, and goes for the big. That's a very big risk to take just to close out the last bit. Well, sitting 4 would have sufficed, but opting for destruction stance, which is something we haven't seen a lot of from many Alyssa players, but during the Tekken World Tour we did see CKT Shurdo, another CKT boy, showing you how to deal with that and all the kind of stances he has out of that. What scrub did that? And I feel like Alyssa is a character that can do that. She can get in your face and can play far more aggressively, but watch your toes. They might be literal steel toes, but it doesn't mean Jim cannot stomp on them, and just silences that rage drive there. Yeah, it proves that switching to Jin is a great choice. for CK2 Tekken Enthusiast, yeah. And that's a few times he hasn't punished that, but he's going to get a big damage combo here as well. Is he going to drop it and opt for the okay? No, he goes for the full knockback and goes for the raid drive in. And Fumaken twitched up there as well. He was expecting a grab. He punishes with any with his raid drive in return. So this could be Fumaken's. This is a set point for Fumaken, and this would be a great win for me. He really wants this, and CKT Tekken Enthusiast getting a big counter hit sweep. Down back 4, and he's going to end it with the soccer kick for OK. But I don't believe that. Is that the max damage ender that Jin gets there? Just to sit on a life lead. I didn't think it was. Oh, gives him head, but gives it back. Return to sender. And CKT Tekken Enthusiast getting a counter hit and pushing back in. And that's it. He's going to close it out. No signs of life here. So fighting for his tournament life just now in Scotland. CKT Tekken Enthusiast, and he's going to bring out his punishes, and he goes for a down back 4 and gets, again, doesn't take with 2 throw. It's 2, isn't it? 1 plus 2. Oh, and a big launch, and that's going to be it. Fuma again, and CKT Tekken Enthusiast hug it out. No hard feelings there between either player, and Fumaken advances on in bracket. And I believe that means, are you up next, Ollie? Yeah. No problem. Hopefully we'll have you back. We don't want to see you out in losers, but it'll be good to get you on commentary soon again.
I'll do some stuff and see what happens.
Best of luck.
See you in a bit.
So now we have CKT needs more coffee against Gas Master. Yo. So we've just got a bit of confusion here that's putting a hold on it. For whatever reason, Fumaken thinks he's further than he is, making mans do unnecessary rock, paper, scissors. That's what that was. Poor Joe Skullmask. We apologise before ever so much to our beloved Joe Skullmask, not Joe Gasmask. He gave us into trouble, and I don't believe we're in his good books anymore. And for a man that wants to show up to a tournament wearing a skull mask, you probably need to respect him. He may have ammunition. But we're going to see Needs More Coffee and Joe Skullmask coming up next. Needs More Coffee rep England, and Joe Skullmask repping Scotland. Maybe Scotland, maybe Castle Grayskull, we don't know. It's 2 minutes. Empty seat. So both players just, I believe they're trying to work up who is going to be on what side and deciding to sign in. For whatever reason, Joe Skullmask wants to send is another controller yet again. And we're greeted by Fumaken, the man so anxious to get back up on stage and win that he tried to bypass a whole round in losers.
I'm going to win the full thing. I don't know how I've made it this far. I've done better than last time somehow.
You're not top 5 yet. You're.
I know I'm fourth. I was 5th place there. That was a battle for 4th.
No, it's not. No, because you'll have to fight Jamie or Needs
so
More
I'm
Coffee
5th
for 4th.
now.
You're 5th now. You've just made 5th.
Something the
You've
same as
matched
last
yours.
time.
Yep.
Well, I haven't done any worse than last time. So
No, you haven't.
Thank you very much.
So-
I think I need to be more like this. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
speak right into the mic so
Right.
everyone can hear you.
I've done radio at college. I shouldn't be having this issue. I'm still amateurs.
You look like you really suit radio. You've got a face for it.
A
Face fit for radio. I'm a handsome man. You know, I am so handsome.
For men.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what they did. That's why I was valued for Tekken World Tour commentary. They forgot a sheet of paper for white balance, and that's how I got the job. They're like, yo, this man has got one big ass white forehead. Look how pale he is. That's why I had to shave. They were like, look, we've paid you. You need to shave for the final one, because before there was a bit of off colour. We need the full pasty white just to make sure all the colour's right. That's exactly it. You can't talk as much as me.
I know. You saved me today with the medicine. You came through.
I saved with the medicine.
Oh, and now look what it's doing.
It's not, no, it doesn't do that to you. It's your own thing. It's got an antibiotic in it. I gave you some very good sweeties. That's what I gave you.
Very
But
good.
What this is Needs More Coffee on the right with his Lars, and Gas Mask Joe on the left with his Gigas. And Gas Mask Joe Skullmask, he's had like 7 different names, okay? And this boy is repping the big bodies every game. Joe Skullmask, or whatever name, and whatever game he's playing, Big Joe likes big boys. And that is his target audience. That's who he wants to please, the bears of the world. But an unfortunate drop there. I don't know why he missed after the jab. But this is tournament nerves. Joe Skullmask isn't a regular tournament player. He isn't, and not, I don't want to say anyway competitive, but he's more of a casual attendee of all events. I think he's a very gifted player. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And he's been more oppressive because one of Joe Skullmask's issues is matchup knowledge. Because he doesn't travel and he doesn't play a lot, he only knows his character. He struggles with other characters, so when you pressure Joe Skullmask very safely, but it looks like he could hit a button, he will hit a button. And you'll notice that he's very keen on down 2. So if you can jab and then force him to block a down 2, you get your big 14 frame punish. Like, not launching a lightning screw there is a key indicator. So that opens up a bit of utility for Needs More Coffee on approaching. I'd expect it to be, in longer sets, I'd expect it to be in Coffee's favour. He is one worthy of watching, but we've seen again, it's a little bit of matchup knowledge, but the great thing about Joe Skullmask is he'll go away and learn this, he'll try and learn it or find out what to do, and next time you play him he adapts, and that's what he done in KOF as well. He just played the characters he wanted to play.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's great. I genuinely really like him. He's a bit of a meme monster, but he's funny. Like, that's what he is. He's like, even the characters he plays are bare memes. You can tell, man, like, see at night he's going on to Can I Has Cheeseburger and looking at the latest memes. He's selecting that drop down pick in relevance, the latest, and he's like, yo, give me them big body memes. That's what he wants. I don't even know if he has a Twitter. I don't think he has. Oh, this is Needs More Coffee. No, we're talking about Joe, yeah. No, they're both memesters, maybe. It's the king of memes versus the meme master. That's what we're going to change this to. You're the biggest meme lord. The thing is, he said you're the biggest meme lord. Had he ever met Joe Skullmask? And now he has. And like, can you get more meme than wearing a skull mask? Changing your name to Skullmask and showing up to the tournament wearing it in a hat? I believe he's even still wearing a hat. This man cares so little about the tournament, he's willing to sacrifice peripheral vision, some real actual worry that there's a big plastic bit in between eyes, so he's probably missing half the screen right now. Like, we can see both characters and we can see range 1 and range 2. He can't, he just sees both characters. There's a black bar in between and he's just guessing what's in. There could be a third player and he wouldn't know. There could be someone in the middle. And no punish on the down 2, that is negative 14. It goes straight into the unblockable, yep. And gets a tech trap and puts in 1+2, yeah. Yeah, it's especially like Joe. You could see Joe not. He was like, "Why is? Oh man, purple sparks. That's sick." I really like that visual. You know, it's like November 5th. You watch the fireworks. You don't really realise that they're coming towards you until they hit you. But a big back one there and imposing a lot of frame advantage. And look at that whiff punish. Something that Joe Skullmask is fantastic at doing. If he can force you to whiff, he will always down to it. And it's like inhuman reactions at times. He's like, "Oh, you whiffed a." Down 1? Yeah, down 1, down 2. But this is in Needs More Coffee's favour. And it's his last game. And it looks like he might just get it. And down 2, panics out. And that is it. Shakes Joe Skullmask's name, hand. And that's Joe Skullmask defeated. We have got our own He-Man. He has defeated Skeletor. Needs more coffee.
Some more coffee. I'm not sure if you have to stay here.
No, he won't. We'll be doing winners first.
Winners before.
I-
This isn't. Are you sure?
What paid stage of tournament? I'm assuming.
Are people not waiting on winners finals? So is it not me and Ollie then winners?
It might be. We'll have to find out in a moment.
We'll wait for confirmation. I would stay seed if I was you. A great job.
We can
nonetheless.
see Scopanda. How far did Scopanda get?
Scopanda managed to put Tech Enthusiasts into losers.
Mhm.
I'm fairly certain he's in winners finals along with the one, the only DJ Vu.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot wait to see that match. I hope I get to commentate that because these are the two best Scottish players and they're in winners final.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be biased during commentary, but I have my own opinion of who I think is better.
Oh,
But
do you now?
Nobody believes me.
Nobody believes you.
Nobody believes me.
Do you know why? Because you look young. They think you're telling a
I am
bedtime
young,
story.
I am young. I'm a
Oh,
young kid.
the monster under the bed came to give me. Oh, it's a Scopanda. He's so scary. That's what it is. A wee
2 years
chuckter.
ago, I couldn't even play this game. Too young. I wasn't allowed.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you could.
Yeah, Justin no more. I guess.
Just. That's fine. We wouldn't tell anyone. No one's going to give you into trouble.
No one's gonna give it a trouble.
Like,
We're
we'll let-
consistent.
We let anyone play that wants to play. That's the thing. We've got Joe Skullmask. He's not even in the tournament anymore. Still wearing a bloody mask.
Yeah,
So like anyone can
He's a
play.
great character.
But
Are
up
we going
next,
straight into winners finals?
this is winners finals. Are you ready, Robbie? Ooh, are you ready, Jason? Ooh, no, he shakes his head. Both are not ready, so we're going to
Not
postpone
you,
the
both.
tournament. And
Gotta plug in first.
one of the
Plug
unique
in
things
with
about
Jason.
these players is Scopanda
Don't bother.
is opting to use a Xbox One remote. He knows the best console. He's at home. If he wins this, he's getting an Xbox One X. Look at that face. That's like he's going home rich.
I hope so. Walks in and just sells it straight up.
This is it. Yo.
That's a holiday for him. That's another trip to another tournament for him.
That's
to win.
exactly. This is what we're going for. It's a community effort. We want the money to go to other communities, just as the CKT boys, who you had to ruin one of their dreams.
I might have to do both.
You may have to ruin both dreams. Oh, it will be you against
Try my
Coffee, won't
hardest.
it?
Yes, it is. I may have to knock them out, but I don't know if I can. I've been beating the odds today, so maybe today is my day to shine, but I don't know. Regardless, I've made it far enough for me to be happy. But I would like to stress how big of a game this really is for DJ Vu, because DJ Vu has, as I said before, has won the past 2 tournaments that he's attended to.
Yes, he has. Yeah, he's been doing really, really well.
He really wants this. He wants a hat trick. Who doesn't?
DJ Vu's a really strong player, but he's no Erujao. No. Where is Erujao?
We'll never know. Well, where is Ben Rogan? That's what I
Where
care
is?
about.
Where's? He's lost. Lost on the road, fam.
Benjamin
Lost in the
Kirby
sauce.
Watson is back. Shout to
Needs. What's his name? Metal Queer Solid. It used to be Bear Sponge Cake, didn't
I
it?
didn't know that.
He's had a few names. He's had a few names. Back in the day, he stole the eggs from Jurassic Park. That was him. He was responsible for that. Naughty, naughty. That was definitely Ben Rogan. Naughty, naughty. We're going straight back to main menu. These boys do not want any mistakes being making. They want a clean slate, no bias, no winners, no win bias on the title screen. You need to pick your character from the most pure of slates, 2 perfect O's, and you want to be the first to pop that cherry.
I'm very positive that he doesn't have passing.
No, he does not. He's fairly comfortable on both sides, but yeah, and he got it. So it's a lot of honour. You've pulled it out. There is no sound because you have both pulled out the connector. The audio, you have pulled it out. Yep. These players have got sick execution, but notice behind the mic, you have got it here. You have. Wow. Can someone fix the mics on stage, please? They have pulled out the headsets. Someone go fix the boys that pulled out the headsets. Someone's ran away. No, they've pulled it out. They haven't. It's not being weird. Someone has left with the actual setup. Yeah. So this will be 2 seconds while they try to find game sound. So just a few technical issues and then we'll be underway. Yeah, who can fix things, who can make it work? And then you realise that some scrub has made an execution error and pulled out all of the audio equipment. For shame. Jason in his big hands and Robbie with his slightly smaller hands. They should be ashamed. These are really